coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Detroit Lions. Set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Their own 23-yard line.
Money up to a whole nother level. I don't know no better. When I got rich and got bro coming slow, 6 racks on the sweater.
Mustang 19, Cougar 19, Panther 11, Panther 11, Dragon 60, Trap 60, Trap 60. 19, ready.
Richardson going right to the air. And his first look is incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Cup 19, Cup 19. Warriors 70, 79 Broncos. Ready, ready.
Richardson shotgun on third down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Here's Lane. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Now Daniels. Completes it to Norwood. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming up for the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Washington going to send out their punter. As he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
It's a cold word, yeah, keep it in my coat, money hungry, trying to give me some more. Don't outpack, this ain't, I'm tugging down on this side like he ain't the GOAT. If you don't agree, ask the streets in your deep 5 years, you already
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Ready.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Lions at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. And look at this defense. They come into this one at the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something they have to work out and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison. Ready.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Ready, ready.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and here's Gibbs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
This is Wilkins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Moody good with an extra point. And that makes the score 7-0.
Lions 7. Commanders 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Daniel's going to keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. That gets him a first down.
That's another Washington Commanders.
Off the play fake, Daniels. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. And McLaurin, the motion man right. To throw is Daniels. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Oh, we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Throwing now is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, look at repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Dragon 60. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Now it's Richardson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
A gain of 21 yards. And the Commanders' first down.
Now a handoff, running off tackle right. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
That's good.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Washington.
They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
To the air goes Daniels. And his throw here is incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Norwood in motion. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken the lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't incurred that they can go down and score. So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Let's go now. 8 Vikings, 79 Broncos. Go.
Richardson to throw off play action. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Okay, break.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. Down to the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Another run for Gibbs here. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Ready, break. 16, here we go. Six the Eagles.
They'll run it here with Wilkins. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. To deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
It's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Ready, Dragon 6, Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Warrior 70, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Now Richardson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So they're able to end that drive at 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Jalen Lane, 65 yards. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. And he is going to lose yardage here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Quan Martin there on the tackle. Second and a couple.
Taken down by Quan Martin. A gain of 3. brings up second down at the 38-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. They find some open field here. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 70 Lions, 18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers. Ready.
Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Okay, break.
Here's second and 10.
79 Broncos. Ready. Hawks 70, Hawks 60 Mavericks. Trap 60, trap 60.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Viking 18. Seven Pirates, 7 Pirates.
A final shot before the half. Richardson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And able to get this out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up on 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well in the second half.
96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Like a shark fight, dog is the dog, blood thicker than water. We done been through the mud and we quicker to slaughter. The bigger the order, the more we run out. When the finesse, everybody come out. When the body burn out, sun in the sun out.
In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
Brought down back at the 43-yard line.
Ready.
The give, right side for Gibbs. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside to 30. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I love the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Cardinal, ready.
On the carry, it's Wilkins. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Here we go.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 17.
Eagles, 60 Eagles, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, 79 Broncos. Chop 60, chop 60.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in. It's Isaac to Slaw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaac to Slaw. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Richardson will throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because in the back of the end zone, never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Y'all can't talk about basic. We mighty more Power Ranger. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk outrageous. Don't call the matrix. Got that touch my savior. Keep it that touch of my head.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Daniels. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And it's a real
luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
At the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now Daniels going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
Good for a Washington first down.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
Brings up second down at the 17-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
16. Tyler Bass set to kick off.
Everybody rocking side to side to the beat. Red snapping, night bang, trench bouncing to the groove. All by itself, fresh, that's the new move.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Tackle made at his 48-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And a good run here as he'll run it all the way down to the 40-yard line. 126 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a second and 9.
Get it. 19. Bronco 80.
Watch the motion. Watch the motion.
Off play action. Richardson. And pass caught. It's Williams. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14.
6 yards.
A good pickup there. 26 yards. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line.
14-yard line.
On the give. Here's Gibbs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They give him 4 yards Lions there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They run with Wilkins. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So now here come the Lions up to go for 2.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Powers through. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and in so doing, cut the deficit to 2 points.
Commanders 28, Lions 24.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
42-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First downs a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone of what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
19, start, come 19, come 19.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Now he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it.
But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Rig alert, rig alert. Ready.
Now a toss play to Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Ready. 18. Viking 18. Mustang 19. 19 Lion.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
70, Hawk 7, Cup 19, Cup 19. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bob, trap 60, trap 60.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to have the Lions first down. This will be a big play there on 4th and long. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Go now.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Richardson looking to throw this. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now Richardson. He'll try and do this himself. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Partner, they've got 1 chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Warrior 70, Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready, right?
Richardson to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Mustang 19, Panther 60, Panther 60.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Ready,
and here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Daniels going to throw for it. He's going to air one out. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Commanders use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Lions 24. Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Drop 60. Here we go. 19 Lions. Buffalo 18.
Richardson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Commanders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you
rush coming in, he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time,
under pressure, they got him again. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now.
It's 3rd.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Room here to run. He may go. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a two-point conversion. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. So the inability there to get the two-point conversion sort of leaves the door just a little bit more ajar.
It puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful.
That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you and do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that rail. 0 to 100 real quick.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's go now. 76, Cowboy 80. Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Working out of the gun, Daniels completes it to Norwood. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 3rd down and 1.
Come on, come on. 679 Broncos. Rig alert, rig alert. Hey, smash. Rig, rig. Go street. Check smash, check smash. Set, hey. Let's go.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6.
70.
Throwing now is Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The Commanders lined up here. They're going to try for 2 once again.
Washington will line up with a 2-point conversion.
That's caught the one. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
43. Lions 30.
And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right at the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Hey, please, go.
One last shot for Richardson.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a fun one today. If you like